Jeffery Simmons was dominant on the defensive line against the Denver Broncos, and he's going to need to do it again in week 2 against the Rams. I'm going to show you what I saw on tape in today's film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans. Titans fans, welcome into another film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans, your home for Tennessee Titans X's and O's. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, 25 years as a Tennessee Titans fanatic. I've covered the team for USA Today, Sports Illustrated, and I'm a certified film junkie who's hosted the #1 Tennessee Titans podcast, Locked on Titans, for 7 seasons. On today's Film Friday film breakdown, say that 5 times fast, we're going to take a look at the dominant performance of Jeffery Simmons in week 1 against the Denver Broncos. He did it multiple times in pass rush. He did it multiple times in run defense. And look, everyone's going to point to the bad penalty at the end of the game, but I've continued to say, if you make a list of 100 reasons why the Titans lost that game, Jeffery Simmons would be at the bottom. And if you made a list of reasons why the Titans had a chance to win that game, Jeffery Simmons would be nearly at the top. And with that being said, Simmons needs to repeat that performance in week 2 against the Los Angeles Rams, where the Rams are going to have some major cluster injuries on the interior offensive line. It's an easier matchup, and Jeffery Simmons looked like he is poised to dominate. With that being said, make sure that you get subscribed, stay subscribed for year-round free Tennessee Titans film content. Throw a thumbs up on the video, throw a Titan up down in the chat, and with that being said, as we always do, let's step into the film room. Play number 1 is the strip sack fumble that Jeffery Simmons got on Bo Nix. And look, this is more of a coverage sack than anything else. The Titans secondary and linebackers do a great job here. But Big Jeff, playing with relentless motor, passion, energy, effort, finish, and finds a way to make a huge play. Now, he doesn't do it alone, of course. If we go back and look at this, once again, you can find Big Jeff right here. All right, he's going to have a one-on-one matchup with the guard Ben Powers, who is a very good guard in the NFL for the Denver Broncos. But want to give credit to Sebastian Joseph Day here, who had an excellent game. And look, T'Vondre Sweat doing his job, taking on a double team. That's what he was drafted to do. Sweat wins right here against Mike McGlinchey, a very good right tackle in the NFL. And it makes Bo Nix have to change course. Look, SJD is right there on him. And it sends him directly into Jeffery Simmons. But again, Jeffery Simmons' motor, effort, finish. And then I said it earlier in the week when we did the Tic Tac 4-pack, but mass times velocity equals force. And Jeffery Simmons hitting somebody this hard, this fast, at this kind of, intensity, it's going to cause a lot of fumbles on quarterbacks. Boom. Big play, turnover for the Titans. They're going to need a lot of that this year from Jeffery Simmons. Here's the second interception of the day for the Tennessee Titans. And again, this is a great job by the Tennessee Titans coverage unit to, find a way to make a turnover, not give Bo Nix anything easy, make him hold the ball a little bit. Great play by Xavier Woods right there. But if we go back, I just want to once again, was it a perfect pass rush move from Jeffery Simmons right here one-on-one with Garrett Bowles? No, it wasn't. But effort, relentlessness, energy, motor, finish, all of these things that a guy getting paid $100 million a year, he could decide not to do this. You know what I mean? But Big Jeff brought the energy, and this is the kind of stuff where you fight through, you continue to make plays, the play is never dead, and Big Jeff is just as responsible for this interception as the secondary. Look, the tight end is going to come in to help, and Big Jeff is kind of in a tough spot right now. So he tries to draw a holding by spinning through, but also keeps his momentum moving forward. Look, through it. Look at that. He just got through a double team with a weird spin move, but it's just the energy and the relentlessness, Big hit on the quarterback, and it turns into a turnover. Big play by Jeffery Simmons. Huge. This is what you pay for. He came out ready to play in this game against the Denver Broncos. This play right here is more of a traditional pass rush win. You're going to have Jeffery Simmons right here, and he's going to beat the outside edge of Ben Powers, get to the quarterback, and ultimately, because Jeffery Simmons gets the pressure, it forces a high throw by Bo Nix and turns it to an incompletion. Look how Jeff fights through the gap right there. Throw is way too high. But just watch Jeffery Simmons' hands right here. See how he swats the hands away? And that prevents Ben Powers from getting immediate leverage and getting inside of his chest. Big Jeff is so strong. He swipes the hand away and then comes through with the rip move underneath. And even with the tackle being there, he's able to get rid of both those guys, getting Bo Nix's face. And look, his hand is up right now in the face of Bo Nix. He's got to throw this ball high, and that is exactly what turns this into an incompletion. Another pressure on the quarterback, another quarterback hit, another double team beat, and another rep from Jeffery Simmons that just shows relentlessness, effort, motor. And he's right here. All right, the guard is going to pull over, and that's going to leave 69 and the center right on Jeffery Simmons. It does not matter. Just fighting through it. Is this the greatest, cleanest pass rush move that you've ever seen in your life? No, but when you're in the middle of the trenches like this and there's so many bodies and you're taking on double teams, it don't matter how beautiful the win is, just win. And look how Jeff gets his hands inside the offensive lineman's chest while continuing to run his feet. He never stops the Pistons from churning. That's holding. The ref is looking right at it. They don't call it. Doesn't matter. But Big Jeff doesn't care. Hold me, double team me, doesn't matter. Boom. I'm hitting your quarterback and putting him on the ground. Nice QB hit, forces an incompletion. That's 4 straight plays where Jeffery Simmons made a tremendous impact on this game from the pass rush. If you're a young man wanting to play on the defensive line, this is teach tape. What Jeffery Simmons does right here against the run is absolutely perfect. Where we talked about the pass rush wins weren't the cleanest wins we've ever seen, or, that's exactly how you execute that move. No, it's just effort and finish. This is just incredible technique from Jeffery Simmons. So Simmons is right here, and what he's going to do is he's going to have a one-on-one matchup with 74. He's going to get his hands in his chest, lock him out, stack him. He's going to stack the offensive lineman, and when it's time to make the play, he's going to shed him and then make the tackle. Stack and shed. It works for linebackers. It works for the D-line. Hands in the chest, eyes on the running back, shed him, make the play. Let's go back and look at it again. Step 1, hands in chest. Okay? Now you're not going to out-leverage me. You're not going to be able to get your body on my body. You're not going to be able to move me around. And look at Simmons right now. He's just watching like a lion watching his prey. I'm just watching you. Where's this running back going to go? What does he want to kick it outside? Does he want to come inside? What's he going to do? I'm going to be ready for it. Right now, this offensive lineman does not exist for Jeffery Simmons. He has him perfectly played, and whenever Jeffery Simmons wants to pounce and make his move, he's able to do that. Now look at him. Watching the running back. Watching. Okay, he's going to bounce towards me. Throw him out of the way. Make the tackle. That is picture-perfect technique from a defensive lineman in a one-on-one situation. Just a great job. Another great rep of run defense from Jeffery Simmons. You're going to watch him shift over here, head up on 77, who's Quinn Miners, who is a very, very good interior offensive lineman. Watch how he just controls the point of attack. Just a complete control. Dang, camera's in the way, but Miners cannot move Jeffery Simmons right here. Just cannot move him. And because he doesn't move him, there's really nowhere to go for the running back. Look, Big Jeff is right there. You're done. You're done. Big Jeff is unmoved. We are not bothered by Quinn Miners, just completely stacking him, blowing up the run play, and allowing his teammates to come in and make a stop. I'm telling you, folks, Jeffery Simmons is just a bad, bad man. Here we have him right here. He's going to take on the double team here in duo. Duo is a very common run play in the NFL where you have multiple double teams up front. Okay, it's just a classic up-the-middle run play, and there's going to be a duo block on Simmons before the guard tries to move up to the second level, and they want to pass Simmons off to the offensive tackle after the double team disengages, but the double team doesn't move Simmons in any way, and then once Simmons is one-on-one, he dominates. Take it, stack, shed, tackle. Let's go back a little bit because I want to show you just how Jeff reestablishes leverage here. So he takes on the initial double team, zero movement. By the way, they're not moving Jeffery Simmons at all. Feet planted in the ground. You're not moving him, folks. But now that it's one-on-one, he's in Jeff's chest right now. But watch how Jeff extends his arms. Boom. There's the extension. Now you're off my body. Now I'm in control. Now I have my eyes to the running back, and now I can pounce and make a play for my team. Boom. Great job by Simmons there. Titans fans, I hope you guys enjoyed that film breakdown on Jeffery Simmons' dominant performance in Week 1 against the Denver Broncos. He was top 10 in the NFL in pressure rate amongst interior defensive linemen. He obviously made a major impact on multiple huge plays for the Titans. Big Jeff is poised for a monster season, and I think that continues in Week 2. But with that being said, that is going to do it for today's film breakdown. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, and as I tell you guys every single episode, tighten up.